These cartoon themes did not need to go this hard. That is the most sampled drum loop of all time. Do you guys know what it is? Now, at first, I thought this was a James Brown tune, and it's actually really, really close. Check this out. Wow, come on. Almost identical. But that's actually not what it is. In 1969, the Winstons put out Amen Brother, which contained this. That right there became one of the most sampled drum grooves ever. Literally used in thousands of songs. So what worked for NWA will work for the Powerpuff Girls. And aside from that, all they had to do is add a couple of catchy lines, and you get a theme that goes way harder than it has any right to. There's basically like 4 lines in this. You have, that's one, and then you have, which is kind of like the answer to that, call and response. And then we have this little gem, going from our 1 chord to our flat 6 chord, C minor, A flat major. And then we have sort of our villain theme. Absolutely fantastic. Do you know how many years of my life it took me to figure out that my first exposure to reggae was Arthur?
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view.
The groove is just fantastic. I don't know if you knew this, but I definitely did not. The Arthur theme song was performed by Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. This was a group led by Ziggy Marley, Bob Marley's son, and consisted of Bob Marley's other children as well.
To learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart. Listen
that snare drum, listen to that.
with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street.
This is just the theme song to the show you watch every day. Like, you don't really notice that the drums are just so unbelievably tight. Talk about a pocket.
By working together, it's a simple message, and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, for that's the place to start.
Yet another cartoon that has no right to go as hard as it does. Check this one out.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener on the other side.
Check that out.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener on the other side. Well, I paid a visit. While it's possible I missed it.
Same thing.
It seemed different, yet exactly the same.
Check that out. Oh my God. This is a really great chord progression. We just have A major, B dominant, D dominant, and then it goes back. And then we kind of start the same thing over again. You almost think it's going to be exactly the same. And we get up to here, but then check it out.
I missed it. It seemed different, yet exactly the same.
Oh, that chord, so fantastic. Check it out. Oh, G sus 13. Oh, it sounds so good. Not only is it a really great alteration the second time around, but it perfectly sets up this key change for the chorus, which is in a completely different key, right? We started our verse in A major, right? 1, dominant 2, dominant 4, 1. And then we, same thing, 1, dominant 2. And then we get this setup. This is functioning as the 5 chord moving into C major.
It seemed different, yet exactly the same.
And I love that chord progression. That's one of my favorites of all time. 1 chord, flat 7 to the 4 chord. It's so great.
My grass is green. Someone once told
And then it goes right back to A major.
Grass is much greener on the other side.
And ends in A major. How sick is that? One, and then second time. 5-chord setup for the chorus, and then we just have the chorus here. A couple times around. And then it kind of, there's a little bit of a lull, and then we just go right back to that original verse. And that's the end. Fantastic harmonic writing. I don't know if there's ever been a more perfect theme song for a show than the Ed, Edd, and Eddy intro. Really? The way you might expect this to be played from a piano perspective is with octaves, right? So it'd kind of go like this. That's a jump right there. From this F back down to the A flat in a period of ba-doom. That's a big jump for that short amount of time, which makes me wonder if really what's being played here is just... Because it's hard to hear if that second note is there. Woo! That's hard. Ah! Part of me is thinking that this is probably just... I can do it in octaves, but it's really hard. Yikes! Now it's blues. Yeah. Yep. The second time around, like once the rest of the band comes in, now it's a 12-bar blues, right? We have, right? We play that for a little while, then we go, and then back, and then, and that's the form. So the piano intro is a little bit different, but then the band comes in, just a 12-bar blues, and that's the theme song.
Timmy is an average kid that no one understands. Mom and Dad and Vicky always giving him commands.
Even the dialogue there is in time.
Giving him commands. Odd parents, fairly odd parents.
Wands and rings, floaty crowny things.
Odd parents, fairly odd parents.
The theme is built on this, which is a classic big band sound. I mean, we get... Right? I mean, it's been used for a bazillion different things.
Juice, rubber goose, green rose, guava juice, giant steak, birthday cake, large rice, chocolate shake.
There we go all the way down.
Juice, rubber goose, green rose, guava juice, giant steak, birthday cake, large rice, chocolate shake. Great usage of just like walking down this scale. If you had to assign different chords to that, I guess it would basically be... So you're essentially building a whole chord sequence in D minor, but you're just moving the bass line in a consistent motion. And what that means is that some of your chords are going to be based on, those are based on the root, but then, assuming this might be some type of like G dominant, something like that, we're using the third in the bass, and then that probably is just root position B flat, and then we have our one chord again, but this time it's sitting on its 5, and then 4-chord minor based on its root. And then we get our 1 chord again, but now we're over the 3. And then finally we want to set it up with a 5 chord, but we're playing E, which is the 5 of the 5, right? Works perfectly well, and it allows you to keep this consistent movement going on all the way down. And before they get to the 1, they go. They let that 5 kind of resolve itself. So instead of being based on its 5, we just get a pure 5 and then go back. All of it's honestly like pretty simple harmony, just sitting in D minor, but it flows together really well. And the big band arranging is phenomenal.
Parents, fairly odd parents. Eventually, when you were a kid with fairly odd parents.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic. So many of these themes from cartoons were just so unhinged, which is perfect for kids because it's just like, blah, here, music, craziness. And as kids, we all just sat there and we were like, yeah, great. I'm here. But I just love some of the hidden things that are in here. Things that you wouldn't even expect. Like the Amen break showing up in Powerpuff Girls, or Bob Marley's son Ziggy doing the Arthur theme. Things that we just didn't think about as kids, but this stuff was so rich with musical content, just delivered as like kids entertainment. In the past, I've taken sponsorships from other companies and things like that, and those have always been helpful. But I've always just felt like, wouldn't it be better if there was something that was directly coming from me that was directly relevant to you? Something useful, something that you can actually help support our channel with, and then get something incredibly valuable that's useful for yourself. A lot of you may know that a while back, I released our Intro to Piano course, and I built it with all of the components that I felt like I would want if I was going back to learn piano again, because I know how complicated some of these things can be. And so I wanted to create something that might be able to fill a little bit of that gap and make it not seem so complicated to begin with. And that just started a trend of just obsessing over building as many educational resources as I could over the next year. And now here we are. The Cornell Music Academy has 8 courses available on it. I can't even believe I'm saying that number. And they cover a wide range of musical topics, everywhere from total beginner to intermediate. And every once in a while, we take a few of those courses that I feel are really good fits for each other, and we bundle them together and offer them to you guys at a huge discount. And that's exactly what we've done with our Complete Pianist bundle. It's 4 courses available right now for 99 bucks, but the final day of that sale is actually today. And you know, my entire goal of launching any course at all to begin with was to create something that could help support what we do on this channel that was directly relevant to you. And that's why I launched the Cornell Music Academy in the first place. And your support has just been absolutely incredible. And I'm so thankful for everybody that has bought courses. It's really the thing that keeps this whole machine going. It allows me to continue doing this, to continue creating this content for all of you. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful. And I just wanted to let you know that that Complete Pianist bundle, which consists of 4 of our best-selling courses, is still available, but only for the remainder of today. And then at that point, that sale will be over. But don't worry, if you don't manage to get around to it, there'll be other opportunities in the very near future. And once again, if you're not familiar, the Complete Pianist bundle consists of our Piano Jumpstart course, which will get you started even if you have no idea how to play this instrument. It uses no reading music. I just want to get you started playing. We'll worry about all that stuff later. I just want you to start playing so that you can see how much fun it is to play beautiful music on the piano as fast as possible. And then from there, I want to equip you with all the tools that you'll need to make progress successfully trying to play this instrument. And that is our intro bundle. It's our Intro to Piano course, which will start giving you all the tools on how to play, how to actually use your hands and play this instrument. And we'll touch on some music theory in that course, but really it's just an overview to prepare you for the next step, which is Intro to Music Theory. And Intro to Music Theory is really just a whole course designed to prove to you that music theory is not as hard as people sometimes think it is. I know it sometimes seems complex and convoluted and there's a lot of memorization of information, but really all music theory is just assigning names to things that you already know the sounds of. And then once we put all that stuff in place, I want to give you the tools to start playing anything you want off the top of your head in real time. And that is our Intro to Improvisation course. Intro to Improv will get you playing off the top of your head faster than you ever thought you could. Improvisation's not hard. Maybe it's difficult and takes a lot of practice to do it really, really well, but just to unlock the ability to do it at all, it's really not as hard as people think it is. And the whole course is designed to prove that to you and get you playing. There's a ton of backing tracks, there's a ton of downloadable stuff. As with all our courses, there's a bunch of downloadable PDFs, resources, information, all kinds of things. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please check out the link in the description for the Complete Pianist bundle. And you guys, I'm so appreciative of of your support. It really means the world to me. And whether you buy any courses from me or not, I'm very happy that you're here watching my videos. It does mean a lot to me, and I feel like I don't say it enough. So thank you so much for being here. Check out the link in the description if you're interested in doing that. But regardless, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.